Excellent! You came! I knew you'd come. It's time. Time for Metro Theater Company's After Dark Virtual Gala. I like to be called Dust Cloud, and I toured with Metro Theater Company last season telling my story, The Girl Who Swallowed a Cactus. I'll be your guide on our journey tonight, so get everyone there with you ready. We each have a special role to play.
Hey, Dust Cloud! Terry! Whoa, step back! Why aren't you wearing a mask? Matter of fact, what are you doing here backstage for the gala? No, answer the first question. Why aren't you wearing a mask?
Sorry, I'm just so glad you're here. It's a special night.
I know. I turned off Love Jones to be here. Hey, y'all, I'm Terry. Some of you might know my son, Ghost. Metro Theater Company did a play about him last season. They're all kinds of special. Love them. But you didn't answer my question.
Metro Theater Company invited me to MC with you this evening. I just got back from the desert, and I haven't seen another person in months and months and months. What did I miss?
Girl, where do I even begin? Never mind, I work at a hospital, trust me.
Well, no one can argue with that.
To keep everyone safe, you have to wear this mask and stay at least 6 feet away from anyone you meet. That's why the gala's virtual. And friends at home who bought a ticket, time to open up those party bags.
The Party Bag Challenge! Look in your bags and you'll find your very own Metro Theater Company branded mask. Try them on.
We want to see pictures of you wearing them. In fact, we want to see pictures of everyone. Use the hashtag MTC After Dark so we can all see.
We'll be having a ton of fun together, so post all evening.
And who knows, you might even end up in the show.
It's good to be prepared for adventures ahead, like the auction of silence.
She means silent auction.
The Dinner Brigade.
Dinner Brigade.
Oh, Terry, some of our friends at home are gonna enjoy a 3-course meal this evening.
Well, that's better than my bean casserole.
And we haven't even mentioned the Council of Guests.
She means super cool friends of Metro.
There's Grammy-winning composer and musician Terence Blanchard, David Kilpatrick of the Kennedy Center, award-winning scriptwriter for stage and screen Idris Goodwin, Jonathan Schmidt-Chapman from Theater for Young Audiences USA, plus a very special young person.
Sounds like a pretty awesome lineup.
Let's get started with our captains on this adventure. Please welcome 2 fearless adventurers, Metro Theater Company's artistic and managing directors, Julia Flood and Joe Fowler.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to After Dark, Metro Theater Company's first virtual gala. Although we are not able to meet with you all in person, we are so glad that you're with us tonight. Metro Theater Company's home is in St. Louis, Missouri. We begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional homelands of the Osage Nation, Missouria, and Illini Confederacy. We pay respect to elders both past and present, and we acknowledge the privilege that we carry in now inhabiting the land of their ancestors. To learn more about the land on which you stand, there's a link on our website, metroplays.org, to the Catherine M. Booter Center for American Indian Studies at Washington University in St. Louis.
Tonight, we are gathered together to celebrate Metro Theater Company's powerful legacy, reflect on its continuing impact, and to raise money to support its future. We are also here to celebrate you, the community of support watching at home tonight. We are so grateful to the many sponsors who have already done their part to help make After Dark a success. At home, please join me in applauding our luminary sponsors, Centene Charitable Foundation and Emerson Electric Company. Our spotlight sponsors, Bayer Fund, Edward Jones, Crystal and Patrick Dallas, Susan and James Gamble, Karen and Lawrence Gehring, Marcia Kurz, Ellen Livingston and Edward Levitt, Susan and David Sherman, Anne-Marie and Matt Schumacher, and Kathy and Richard Winter. And for the additional support provided by Eagle College Preparatory Schools, Tree 9 Films, Gazelle Magazine, and Sarah Burke, our Play-Doh sponsor, Susan and Mike Gibbons, and Susan and Ed Grooms for being our wine sponsors, and Jennifer A. Lynn Photography. Plus, none of this would be possible without the partnership of the catering team at Butler's Pantry, who brought those delicious dinners to all of tonight's paid ticket buyers, our production team, Big Blue Spark, and this studio where we are broadcasting live tonight, Spot Content Studio.
And thank you to the many generous donors who have made our online silent auction possible. I hope that you're already getting in your bids at home. If you haven't already done so, you can register for our auction or make a donation by texting MTC to 76278. And remember, we want you to stay connected this evening throughout the celebration. Please post photos of the fun with the hashtag MTCAfterDark on social media. As the third oldest professional theater company in St. Louis, after the Muni and the Rep, Metro Theater Company's proud legacy of inspiring young people through theater spans nearly 50 years. More than 2 million young people have experienced the social-emotional benefits of Metro Theater Company programming through our main stage and touring performances, our award-winning education initiatives, and our signature violence prevention program, Say Something, Do Something.
We know that experiencing live theater is magical. Many of us can vividly remember that first moment when the lights went down in a theater and we disappeared into a story on stage for the first time. A recent landmark study published by the National Endowment for the Arts and Theater for Young Audiences USA has now proved that theater is so much more. In a first-of-its-kind longitudinal study, students at under-resourced schools with no access to the arts went to the theater. They were tracked for 3 years against a control group to measure the intrinsic impact of watching a live performance.
What this study discovered was astounding. Not only did those young people demonstrate aesthetic growth, social bridging, and motivation to action, but by watching theater, they developed empathy. An unexpected outcome, the study shows that those children who engaged with the performing arts developed a more optimistic outlook on their own futures. They were able to envision a future that included graduating from high school and going to college. For these young people, going to the theater had created hope.
Those of us who know both Julia and I know that we could easily fill an hour ourselves talking about theater and sharing our immense gratitude for you, the amazing village of support that surrounds MTC every day, helping us to build a brighter future for young people through the arts. We are so fortunate to have a number of those supporters here with us tonight. So now I'm happy to introduce one of them to you, one half of our amazing and dynamic event co-chairs, Narita Hopson. I've had the distinct pleasure of working with Narita on countless projects over the years. She is an amazing connector, a committed champion of the arts, and a remarkable entrepreneur. Among other things, she is the founder of the Ever Appropriate Etiquette Institute, designed to help young people both to demystify manners and business decorum and to fulfill their leadership potential while always staying true to their authentic selves. Narita, we are so grateful to have you part of the leadership team for this event.
Thank you, Joe, for those kind words. Let me begin by welcoming and thanking each of you for joining me tonight. I have long appreciated the work of Metro Theater Company. As a parent and essential skills educator, I realize that the inclusion of the arts is cornerstone to holistic learning. And I believe that every child deserves the right to imagine and explore through the experience of theater. Metro Theater Company not only provides quality theatrical performances, but they also include lessons and values that last a lifetime. I am honored to co-chair this event with Metro Theater Company Emeritus Board Member Susie Nall. As you can imagine, this event has changed significantly since we began planning last fall. Though we originally planned for an in-person event at the Palladium last May, we are so grateful for each of you for your continued support as we move the event online. And we want to celebrate and thank our host committee for making that journey with us. I would like to pass the floor to my co-chair, Susie Nall. Susie is a professor emeritus who is specialized in early childhood education at Southern Illinois University Edwardsville for over 30 years. She is a teacher educator specializing in literacy, and she is known locally, nationally, and internationally. Susie is a remarkable font of knowledge about Metro's history and has served as an international educational consultant in Qatar and Azerbaijan. Susie?
Welcome to After Dark, Metro Theater Company's first virtual gala, a quintessential event of the 21st century. While we lament the reason for the distancing, we are nevertheless grateful that all of you have joined us this evening. My history with Metro Theater Company goes back before 1973, when there were 6 actors, no paid staff, and with no permanent home. I have been privileged to witness the journey and the growth of the presence of this children's theater for over 47 years. The roles I have had are numerous. First as a parent, then a grandparent, a board member for over 10 years, and as a professor educating teachers. All of these roles have reinforced the power of live theater for the lives of young people. This trajectory has been powered by the founders, Zara Weil and Lynn Rubright. This was followed by the amazing tenures of Carol North and Nick Crea for over 36 years. That which makes Metro Theater Company unique is the focus on the integration of the arts. Theater does not exist in isolation, but within the context of what each of the partner schools has as their curriculum, whether it is the Civil War, the topic of bullying, or the Mississippi River. The teaching artists enhance understandings. The programming of Metro Theater Company spans the educational spectrum, from early childhood education through to higher education. It has been my honor to co-chair After Dark with the amazing Narita Hopson and to collaborate with Joe Fowler, our esteemed managing director, Julia Flood, our eminent artistic director, and the most wonderful host committee in creating this remarkable event. The host committee has been committed, energetic, and their ideas have helped shape our evening. For this, we are most grateful. Once again, a heartfelt welcome. We are all appreciative of your attendance tonight and your support for Metro Theater Company, the most exceptional children's theater. Cheers, virtual hugs, and enjoy this wonderful evening.
Joe and I are proud to be entrusted to lead Metro Theater Company in this moment. The work of many hands has gone into the making Metro Theater Company the extraordinary organization it is today. And we are pleased and grateful to welcome 3 strong women who, without them, Metro Theater Company would not exist. First, Carol North was an integral part of Metro Theater Company for 36 years and as artistic director for most of that time, inspiring thousands of young people and changing the face of children's theater in this country. A toast to my predecessor and friend, Carol North.
Thank you, Julia. You know, it was a long time ago that I first saw this theater. I'd heard about it, but I heard that most of the time the theater was in schools. On occasion, though, the company did public performances, and I heard that one was coming up at Edison Theater, so I bought 2 tickets, one for me and for my daughter. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, and the 2 of us went to see the theater. Well, what happened to us inside was pure enchantment. 6 people on stage, creating beautiful music, dance, poetry, surprises, visual delight. It was so exciting. We were tickled to our toes, and we literally danced out of the theater, Megan and I. So 3 years later, I got really lucky. Zero offered me a job, and I became part of the ensemble and found my life's work. Now, it is my delight to introduce the responsible parties, the two women who, in a moment of joy and creativity, brought forth a circus. My predecessors and the founders of Metro Theater Company, Lynn Rubright and Zero Weil.
Thank you, Carol.
And I thank you, Carol, for being the most wonderful, inventive, creative leader of a children's theater that was bequeathed to you, was shared with you, was given to you by Zara, and you took it and you ran with it.
Did you ever imagine, back when we were in that unheated, cold, empty classroom 48 years ago, trying to put a show together, that Metro would be where it is now?
There's no way, because I could have possibly imagined that. But you know, Zara, there were little snippets of joyful show-like moments in my classroom that probably, if I were a sorceress, I might have been able to see the future a bit like that. But no, it all evolved.
You're a sorceress, Lynn, you are. So the idea of creating a performance and subsequently going into the classroom to work directly with children and then to work later with teachers was part of our initial impulse from the very earliest days, wasn't it, Lynn?
It's exactly correct. And that model has never changed in terms of being a heartbeat of purpose for the Metro Theater Company. Really. And even though we do, the Metro Theater Company now does, really beautiful performances now and again at the Grandel, lovely stages. It's the scaffolding. This is the children of the teachers, is education, philosophy, and it's experiential education, where these kids have to experience it to really learn it, and that's still at the heart of what Julia is carrying forward with Joe.
We now have this remarkable theater company that is forging its way through the universe. And I think what we want to say, Lynn, and to everybody is please help continue to grow this wonderful company. Give what you can, and then give a little bit more.
They don't have to send a lot of money, but if they could send something from wherever they are in the world, this will assure the present continuing of the theater company, but the future in ways we can't even imagine. But people do need to give. And this is a brilliant way to ask, because what they will get out of it will be riches that they can't even imagine yet.
Thank you, Lynn. It was great to see you. Thank you, Joe, and everyone for putting me back together with my good buddy and wonderful friend, Lynn and Carol, and now Joe and Julia. We love you all. Thank you.
I love you all too so much. This is just a little love fest. Thank you very much for making this happen.
Lynn, Zaro, thank you. I cannot say how much fun it was to film that segment with both of you. There is so much joy to the history of this company and to its present as well. And just as Julia stands on the shoulders of Carol and Carol stands on the shoulders of Zaro and Lynn, I too, as managing director, stand on the shoulders of some amazing people whose thoughtful business acumen ensured MTC would be prepared to thrive nearly 50 years later, some of whom I suspect are watching tonight. So to Joanne LaSala, Matt Neufeld, Joan Brichetti, Katie Kaufman, John Weil, and so many others, thank you. Now, I think it's time to turn our attention back to our friend Dust Cloud. It was almost a year ago now that our tour of The Girl Who Swallowed a Cactus began. And over 3 months, Dust Cloud traveled with her band of merry, found object puppet friends to teach kids about environmental responsibility. She traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, to the middle of Missouri, to dozens of schools right here in St. Louis. It was such a delightful play that we brought it back a few months ago for online streaming.
There's nothing more rewarding than seeing a young person smile in that pure, wonderful way that only the most open-hearted can, with their very souls and breath, even when they've only just met you. Metro Theater Company makes those magical moments happen every day in classrooms, on stage, and on tour. I'll tell you a secret. When I toured with Metro Theater Company and The Girl Who Swallowed a Cactus, I didn't actually swallow a cactus on stage. It was a magic trick. But one day, after the show, when I explained how it was done, a little girl asked, "Then how come I saw cactus juice?" Her imagination was so strong, she couldn't believe it wasn't real. That's the power of live theater and imagination. And as we all know, live theater and imagination is more than enough to change the world.
I want to change the world. I'm going to be a teacher when I grow up. Hello, my name is Maddie Smith, and Metro Theater Company told my story in the play The 100 Dresses.
Hello, Maddie. I like your costume.
Thank you. I made it out of cardboard and a sheet.
That's wonderful. You know, I'm a teacher.
Really? You don't look like my teacher, Mr. Mason. How many students do you have?
Well, thanks to Metro Theater Company, I taught almost 8,000 students last year alone.
8,000? You must be a really good teacher, like my friend Wanda Petronsky. She taught me every one of us is just looking for a good friend, and that one good deed deserves another. I miss Wanda.
Oh, I'm sorry you miss your friend. I miss my friend, Sheila, too. But, you know, whenever I feel lonely or sad, I like to make art. Art can bring us together in a beautiful way. What if we made something together? Here. It's time for Party Bag Challenge number 2. If you have a party bag, find your Play-Doh and mold of Metro Theater Company's logo. If you don't have a party bag, find something to draw on or something you can create with.
Neat! Metro's so cool! I'm going to squish the Play-Doh into the mold. Maybe I'll make Play-Doh cookies.
As long as we make art together, that's what matters. Take a picture of your art and share it with us on Facebook or Instagram.
Hashtag MTC After Dark.
Oh, look! Some of Metro Theater Company's favorite art makers are joining us right now. The Director of Education, Programs, and Productions for the Kennedy Center, David Kilpatrick. Hi, David.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here and to be part of this virtual celebration of Metro Theater Company. They are a leader in the field of theater for young audiences nationally, and they mean a lot as a theater to the Kennedy Center and personally to me. I have family in the St. Louis area who come to see all of Metro's shows, and even more, I've known Julia Flood for what feels like a dozen years or more, and she is an amazing director, an amazing friend, and also a true confidant, and I value her very much. Metro has this storied history with the Kennedy Center. I think we've presented Metro a number of times over the past few decades. The most recent would have been in April. We were to have The Girl Who Swallowed a Cactus presented in our family theater at the Kennedy Center for a week in April. And unfortunately, with the pandemic, those plans needed to shift. And it's a shame because it was marking a number of things. We were excited about this solo show that was written by an amazing playwright, Eric Coble, and directed by Julia to be on our stage. We were excited for DC audiences and families to get to engage with Metro's amazing sense of artistry. And lastly, it marks the first time that a piece that was developed during New Visions, New Voices, which is the Center's biannual theater development conference, it's the first time one of those pieces that was developed, this would have been developed in 2018, was coming back only a few years later to be presented as part of the Kennedy Center's TYA season. So anyway, I know that once we all recover from COVID-19 and we work past this pandemic, that the Kennedy Center and Metro will work together again. And now is the time. I mean, support is needed for theaters like Metro. You need to ensure the financial stability of the theater at this time while the stages are dark and quiet, supporting all the virtual work that's being done, and prepare them to make sure that the future is bright and the stages are full in the future. And so with that, I think I'm now getting to introduce another friend and confidant, a true giant in the field, the Executive Director for Theater for Young Audiences USA, Jonathan Schmidt-Chapman.
Thank you, David. It's so great to be joining you tonight in support of Metro Theater Company. MTC is a company that is near and dear to my heart, and one that nationally, other theaters have looked to for decades as a role model in both telling stories that respect the intelligence of young people and for commissioning new plays that reflect their experiences. At TYA USA, we serve all the professional theaters across the country who program work for youth and families. Now, while the entire performing arts sector has been impacted significantly by COVID-19, I feel the TYA theaters have been hit even harder. In addition to not being able to serve their public audiences because of social distancing measures, TYA companies also can't reach one of the most vital audiences they serve, schools. We rely on partnerships with schools and districts to reach children through field trips throughout the year. As schools reopen through this fall for virtual, in-person, and hybrid instruction, few are able to bring students on field trips and artists can't go to the classroom. Some theaters have gone into hibernation mode. A few of our TYA theaters have closed completely. Not Metro, though. Since the pandemic began, Metro has been a leader. They have come up with so many creative ways to connect the community to the arts through their virtual programs, through the COVID-19 Memory Project, and so much more. It's not surprising to me that MTC would respond to these challenging times by becoming even stronger and further deepening its community impact. MTC has always punched above its weight based on its budget size. The team there manages resources so efficiently that it annually reaches as many young people as other companies twice as large. I know that any donation to MTC will be stretched farther to make the most impact possible. That's why I'm supporting MTC tonight, and I encourage you to do the same. Thank you.
Oh, that time flew by. Thank you, David and Jonathan, for joining us tonight and for those kind words, and for giving Julia and I the chance to enjoy these great dinners from Butler's Pantry. The tenderloin is delicious. Julia, how is the salmon?
It's excellent. We hope that you're enjoying yours at home. As Jonathan mentioned, in the face of the pandemic, Metro Theater Company has continued to do what we have always done best: find creative solutions to connect and serve the young people in our region. And with the shift to virtual programming, we've discovered that we can serve not only young people in St. Louis, but young people all over the world. This season, before COVID-19 cut our in-person program short, we had already reached nearly 20,000 young people on stage and in the classroom. And thanks to the generosity of this community, more than 1/3 of the students who attended plays did so at no cost.
Since we have gone all virtual, those numbers have only grown. Once the stay-at-home orders began in March, we launched our Learning Through Play in the Arts web series. It was an 8-week series of daily videos providing arts-integrated curriculum for children, parents, and teachers to supplement in-home learning. This spring and summer, it was seen by over 40,000 children from across the country and in 30 other countries as well. You can still watch the series on our website and our Facebook page.
We hosted summer camps online too, with campers from as far away as Mexico City and Boston. And we streamed 2 recent productions, The Girl Who Swallowed a Cactus and In This Corner Catches Clay. To be sure that those plays would be accessible to everyone regardless of economic circumstances, we offered them on a pay-what-you-can basis.
We launched our COVID-19 Memory Project and continue to collaborate with the Missouri Historical Society in an ongoing partnership around their Stories of the Pandemic collection. In addition to the Zoom play we produced with them in July, we are providing mentorship to the Teens Make History apprentices as they create, based on those submissions, 3 additional Zoom plays which will be produced in December.
And in partnership with 40 other theaters across the country, we commissioned and distributed a virtual play adapted from a kid's book about racism this August, reaching more than 75,000 young people and families in just 1 week.
But as we now prepare for the year to come, and we recognize the uncertainty and instability COVID-19 has created for all of our lives, we know that there are challenges ahead. Like so many arts organizations in St. Louis, we have already been informed of significant decreases in public funding as a result of losses in the hotel-motel revenue tax that funds the Regional Arts Commission. That alone creates a loss of over $5,000 to our operating budget. We were fortunate to receive Payroll Protection Program funding through support from Enterprise Bank, enabling us to retain our entire intrepid staff through this health crisis so far. But as we know, fall main stage and touring productions simply aren't possible right now. Without the revenue that we could generate through ticket sales, we must rely more than ever on the generous support of our community to continue to inspire young people through theater.
Because you're here with us tonight, we know that you value education and share our belief in the importance that art can make in a young person's academic and social emotional development and growth. Please consider joining us to provide more young people with access to theater-based learning.
If you have not already done so, we encourage you to text MTC to 76278 to register for our silent auction and to enable mobile giving. Tonight, there won't be a high-pressure auctioneer. Instead, throughout this program, we hope that you will be inspired to help us with a generous gift during this time of great need. If you are watching online, scroll down to see a link to give.
Gifts of any amount are greatly appreciated, whether it's $5,000, which might help to commission a new play, or $50, which gets tickets into the hands of 6 young people who go to a school who couldn't otherwise afford to join us. Metro Theater Company has always been good at stretching every dollar to make it count. Joe, let's imagine what we could do with $2,500.
A gift of $2,500 could make it possible for our signature violence prevention program, Say Something, Do Something, to reach 4 schools in its winter-spring tour, either in person or in a virtual format. This unique program helps young people rehearse for life and adapt their decisions to de-escalate violent situations. Studies of this program have shown its direct impact on young people's behaviors and attitudes around violence. Young people in 4 whole schools in our region could be impacted with this critical program through your support. Please consider giving $2,500 so that theater can be the tool that makes our young people healthier and safer.
Let's hear from a few of the members of our hosts committee about why they are supporting Metro Theater Company tonight. And while you're listening, please go online, bid on the silent auction, and consider making a gift to ensure that programs like Say Something, Do Something continue to reach young people.
I support MTC's After Dark because of the power of live theater to make young people better people. It opens their eyes to worlds outside their own, enhances their creativity, even makes them better students. My support of MTC is an investment in the younger generations.
I'm supporting MTC After Dark because I am so proud of Metro Theater Company. The programs that they produce for young audiences are creative and engaging, and they really do help start a conversation around the tough social issues that we're facing today.
Good evening. I am personally very proud to support After Dark and Metro Theater Company because of the impact on the lives of young audiences across our region. It's an amazing mission and an amazing organization.
Hello, I'm Marcia Kurz, an emeritus board member of Metro Theater Company. To me, Metro Theater Company is a dream for young audiences, helping them engage and understand the world around them and respond positively to the issues they face in their everyday life through theater.
We're supporting Metro Theater Company tonight because MTC brings experiences to young audiences that helps children grow and be all that they can be.
I'm supporting MTC's After Dark because I believe in the ability of the arts to unlock and empower young minds. Metro Theater is nurturing meaningful learning through the arts.
I'm supporting Metro Theater Company tonight because I believe in the positive impact that it makes in our community.
I'm supporting MTC's After Dark because the organization has always been embedded in the community. And today, when our connection to each other is so vitally important, Metro Theater Company is still there.
I'm supporting MTC After Dark because they support young people and young adults, and through their awesome programming, encourage them to ask, collect, create, visualize, act, and to think. MTC is making this kind of purposeful impact. Won't you join me in supporting MTC right now?
I've known Metro Theater Company for over 40 years, and we support Metro Theater Company because
children deserve great theater.
I'm supporting MTC's After Dark tonight because I believe there is nothing quite as important as inspiring hope and feeding the imaginations of young people. And that's just what Metro Theater Company does.
Welcome back. In that break, I was informed that I misspoke earlier as I was describing the impact of the hotel motel tax. I inadvertently said that we were experiencing a loss of $5,000. We're experiencing a loss of 5% of our operating budget as a result of that funding shift. My apologies for misreading my cues there. Another great piece of news, though, that did come during the break is where we are so far in our progress. Since our program began, we've already received 139 gifts in support of Metro Theater Company. Thank you all so very much. I'd like to especially thank two folks who have already given at the $2,500 level, Susan and Mike Gibbons and Nancy Tompkins. Thank you so very much for your support.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, Joe. I hear, though, that there's even more exciting news ahead.
There is. If you're considering giving at the $1,000 level, we have some really great news. Thanks to a very generous group of first-time MTC donors, all new gifts of $1,000 or more will be matched dollar for dollar up to $10,000. This means that a $1,000 gift will have the impact of a $2,000 one.
Thank you to Crystal and Patrick Dallas, Matt and Anne-Marie Schumacher, Susan Sherman, and Kathy and Richard Winter for your generous matching challenge. A gift of $1,000 could make it possible for an entire grade level of students in a school without means to attend a Metro Theater Company performance at no cost. With the match, that gift of $1,000 could provide financial support for 2 whole grade levels in a school to attend.
We are deeply grateful for the number of new donors who have joined us already tonight and who have joined us in the past year. Last year alone, we welcomed 179 first-time donor households to the MTC family, in part thanks to the wonderful matching challenge from the Burgess Family Foundation. We hope it's because, like us, you believe in the power of theater to change young people's lives for the better.
If you're new to Metro Theater Company tonight, we hope you'll enjoy this video about our work and how it impacts our community. It was created early in March by the filmmakers at Tree 9.
If you have long been a part of the MTC family, we hope you'll enjoy it as well, and that it will bring back happy memories of our world premiere of Ghost, which we co-commissioned from the beloved YA novel by Jason Reynolds, thanks to support from the Whitaker Foundation. The production closed shortly before St. Louis's stay-at-home orders began, and was the last time we were able to share that beautiful experience of being together, shoulder to shoulder in a darkened theater, of being moved to laughter, to tears, and to cheers as one. Your support tonight makes it possible for us to come together as a community again for more remarkable productions like Ghost. Thank you for giving. Now, let's roll tape. Metro Theater Company is one of St. Louis's oldest and most established theaters. And we are St. Louis's premier theater for youth and families.
Theater is a vehicle for discovery. The theater allows a young person to see themselves on stage or to see the world through the eyes of somebody who is not like themselves.
We're focused on theater as being a means to grow young people's lives. We do that through main stage programming at the Grandel Theater, by bringing theater into classrooms, and we do that by using theater as a vehicle through which other important life skills can be taught.
This show was entertaining, and it was good, fun, and it was educational.
Every day of the year, you can find a Metro Theater Company teaching artist or actor providing learning through the arts to a young person somewhere in the St. Louis region.
I think it's important because if we don't bring it into the classrooms, they may not ever get that opportunity, and the students just love it.
We get to be very creative and have lots of fun. We learned something new from Metro Theater Company, and we really love them.
There is one program that merges our touring and our arts integrated curriculum together, and that is our Say Something, Do Something violence prevention program.
The way we look at it is more workshop than performance. We invite them to participate in the creation of solutions.
Now I know more strategies on what to do if either I was getting bullied or somebody else was getting bullied.
St. Louis University's School of Public Health and Social Justice did an in-depth evaluation of the impact of this program, and they showed measurable changes, not just in student attitudes, but in student behavior around violence and around conflict resolution.
This is the work that is the most important of any theater company, reaching a young person to change the way they think, to give them something to relate to, and tell them they have a future.
We're excited that as we look ahead, we will be producing more work, and we'll be reaching more children than we as a company have ever before.
We depend on all of you, really, this community that has supported us for so long as we head toward our 50th anniversary season. We want every child to have the wonderful, transformative experience of seeing the work of Metro Theater Company on stage or in their classroom.
We simply could not make this impact without the support of so many institutions and individuals. And while our donors are a huge piece of that, so are our partnerships with school systems, with other critical nonprofits, and of course with our incredible board and emeritus board, and with all of the artists and staff members who have built this company to the place that it is today to enable us to take the leap forward that we are beginning now.
The powerful, unique work of Metro Theater Company is something to celebrate. Here to help is one of my favorite four-legged friends. Please welcome a fabulous monster, the unicorn from Wonderland, Alice's Rock and Roll Adventure!
Hello, everyone! I crown you all honorary unicorns for the evening. Time for Party Bag Challenge number 3. I've taken the liberty of placing unicorn cups in each party bag. Find them and pour your favorite beverage inside. When you do, you'll see what makes a unicorn cup extra magical. For those without a unicorn cup, I entrust you with some of my magic. Shower the world with glitter and rainbows in your own special way. Take pictures of your joy. Hashtag MTC After Dark. Dust Cloud, the glasses. Hurry! I'm thirsty.
A toast to Metro Theater Company.
For believing as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast for almost 50 years.
To the stories they've told.
To the stories they're going to tell. I'm excited that in 2021, kids and families will be able to see all of MTC shows either in person or online.
I'm excited they're doing Digging Up Dessa, a play about a young girl who loves science and adventure, just like me.
I can't wait to see my caterpillar friend again in Eric Carl's The Very Hungry Caterpillar Show.
Or La Oruga Muy Hambrienta Espectáculo, for my friends who speak Spanish like me. The show is bilingual.
And there are puppets!
75 puppets. What's not to love?
Plus, next fall, there'll be a great musical based on one of my favorite children's books, Last Stop on Market Street. Check out the website metroplays.org for all the details. Like Alice always says, look before you leap. My friend Jack should have taken that advice before he climbed that beanstalk.
That's right. His story is on tour this spring and jacked by Idris Goodwin,
who also wrote And in This Corner, Cassius Clay and Ghost. And you know, Cassius is available to schools for virtual field trips right now, along with all sorts of resources about how to teach young people about civil rights history and social justice.
Wow, Metro Theater Company has been busy.
No kidding. And they are planning tons of new programs to reach young people, teachers, and families while they're learning at home.
Unicorn. Look who's here. It's the playwright of both of those amazing shows. Hi, Idris.
Hi, this is Idris Goodwin, playwright and director of the Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center at Colorado College. It is really a pleasure to speak to you all today. Big shout out to my dear friends at Metro Theater Company who have been so good to me in my career, producing and in this corner, Cassius Clay, giving it its second production, and of course, continuing to present that play I'm obviously very, very proud of. You know, I think that theater is so critical in the development of really any society, but particularly with young people. It provides them opportunities to imagine, to learn, empathy, and to celebrate difference. I think in a moment of historic change that we're undergoing right now, storytelling and story listening are going to be key. And as we continue to heal and evolve, theater makers like Metro Theater will be, you know, at the center of it all and creating space for that to happen. So I couldn't express enough gratitude and appreciation to be doing this work in the same time as Julia Flood and my friends at Metro Theater Company. So all the best to you all, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.
Thank you, Idris. We are so excited that even more young people will be able to see your beautiful play about the young Muhammad Ali this fall.
Julia, I think we have some breaking news from our wonderful development associate, Lauren Brooks, who, by the way, is among the most critical pieces of glue that is holding us together tonight during this broadcast. So huge thanks and applause to Lauren. Since last we checked in, we have received another 6 gifts. In particular, we want to make a point of extending special thanks to those donors who have now given at the $1,000 level tonight. Those include Lawrence and Karen Gehring, Josh Jaffe, Narita Hopson, Mary and Simon Tonkin, and Sharon and Jeff Sakula. Thank you so much for your incredibly generous support in helping us to meet our matching challenge.
That is incredible. Thank you all for your generosity tonight. At MTC, every gift makes a real difference. A gift at the $500 level could make it possible for a teaching artist to provide arts-integrated curriculum to a classroom through a school residency.
And at the $250 level, your support helps pay for a week of creative arts camp, ensuring a week of fun, learning, and community building through theater.
Your support helps us to work through the current challenges of COVID-19 and still dream big for the future. After all, Metro Theater Company's 50th anniversary is only a few years away. To prepare for the 50th and beyond, MTC has built a new, rigorous 5-year strategic plan. We brought together staff, board, and community stakeholders to think about our community's needs, our resources, and how MTC can make an even deeper impact for young people.
So many elements of the plan circled back to one idea: that our programs uniquely enrich lives, building empathy and creativity, and that all the young people in our region deserve the opportunity to receive them. We are committed to removing the barriers that may separate a young person from Metro Theater. So, with this newly ratified strategic plan, we have an announcement to make tonight. Drum roll, please. Well, thank you, Dust Cloud. So, over the 10 years that begin with our 50th anniversary season in 2023, Metro Theater Company commits to reach every child in the St. Louis region with at least one Metro Theater Company program at least once during their childhood. We're calling this unifying goal our Every Child Initiative.
Or as Joe affectionately calls it, our big, hairy, audacious goal. And we will be prepared to reach this goal, in part through your support tonight. As part of the Every Child Initiative, I'm excited to announce the Resilient Cycle of New Plays. We have always developed and championed new works by playwrights whose words resonate with the experience of young people. The Resilient Cycle will focus on the creation of new plays that center on young protagonists who overcome trauma and adversity.
Some plays in the cycle will be commissioned from St. Louis-based playwrights, others from national writers. And like Ghost and a kid's play about racism, some will be commissioned in partnership with peers around the country, guaranteeing that stories that start here in St. Louis can inspire young people in communities across our country.
Resilient young people are often at the heart of Metro Theater Company plays, from The Yellow Boat to New Kid to Ghost to Bud Not Buddy. Up next, we are going to hear from Grammy Award winner Terence Blanchard, who composed the score for Metro Theater Company's 2018 production of Bud Not Buddy.
Hi, my name is Terence Blanchard, and I really want to thank Julia and MTC for all of their hard work. A number of years ago, they allowed me to bring up a composition and a production designed for kids that I initially was commissioned to write for the Kennedy Center. It's called Bud Not Buddy. We brought it to MTC, and we had a huge success. Working with them was amazing, and it was extremely important for me to do it because, when I was a kid, going to the theater, hearing live music and seeing productions was the thing that inspired me to be a musician. And I'm always trying to tell kids, if you see me doing this, you can do this. And I love the fact that with MTC, we got a chance to have some kids in St. Louis come by and experience Bud Not Buddy, and to see their eyes wide with excitement and inspiration. It's something you have no words for, I also want to thank them for hiring a good friend of mine, Joe Fowler, who I think is going to be a great addition to the team. He's brilliant and smart and really capable. I also want to tell people, at this moment in time during COVID, it's great to see an organization like MTC still being active in the community, doing what they can. So I would suggest for all of the people that are involved, or anybody who's seeing this, really get involved with MTC, especially during this gala, and support the organization, because they've been doing a lot of great work for a lot of young kids who finally, or maybe someday, may be the artists of tomorrow. Thank you.
Metro Theater Company is looking forward to even more collaborations with inspiring national artists like Terence Blanchard and Idris Goodwin.
Your support tonight helps us to meet this moment and enables us to grow meaningfully on the other side of this pandemic, a future that we outline in that strategic plan. If you're interested in learning more, the executive summary of the plan is available on our website.
Thank you to everyone who has given so far tonight. Now we do have more good news. Thanks to a matching challenge from two of our host committee members, Margaret Onken and Court Van Ostren, the next 20 $50 gifts will be matched dollar for dollar. So, if you're able to give, you can still make a real difference. Please consider doubling the impact of your gift by making a $50 gift right now.
As a reminder, the donation and auction platform will be live until 11:59 p.m. Central Time, Sunday, September 27th. So, if you're not watching the gala live, there's still time to support a young person's access to live theater.
Yes, I did it! I placed my bid!
Oh, no, June! I forgot to remind everyone about the auction of silence. I failed.
It's the silent auction and you didn't fail. Like George Bailey learned, no one is a failure who has friends. There's still time. Didn't you hear Joe? It's open till Sunday.
What did you bid on?
Well, I love to read, and there are so many amazing books in the auction to pick from. Oh, an autographed copy of Wicked. Yes, look, books by Hillary Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, and by Chris Colfer from Glee. All autographed too. Ooh. And the MTC Superfan package. It has lots of stuff, including a mug with a picture of me in It's a Wonderful Life. Wait! Oh, someone just outbid me. Who's outbidding me? Is it you?
Watch out. I might bid against you, too.
Well, every person's life touches another, so let the competition begin. Oh, why don't you bring out our final guest and then you can place your bid.
Great idea. I've been saving a special surprise for this most wise and helpful young human. The Cone of Awesome.
Isn't that a parking cone?
Shh, don't ruin the magic, June. Please welcome Ivana.
Hi, I'm Ivana Mesa. I live in Mexico City, and I attended to Metro Theater Company's summer camp. I'm really glad I did because this gave me the opportunity to learn more about theater, about how to make it more realistic and professionally made, and we even had special guests who taught us about their parts in theater and gave us some tips. I learned and met new people who taught me how much fun it can be to be in a theater and to be in a play, which I really enjoyed to do. I learned how to do stage makeup, and I also learned audition tapes and reality TV shows, which was one of my favorite parts out of many. I decided to join Metro Theater Company because I used to live in St. Louis, Missouri, and I wanted to have the opportunity to know how everything was there and to try new things in other places, and I'm really, really glad I did. I recommended this to all my family members and all my friends so that we can join together because it was really, really fun, and I will definitely be joining you guys next year. Thank you, Metro Theater, for giving me this opportunity. Bye.
It's so wonderful to hear directly from a young person about the impact that theater has had on their lives. Thank you, Ivana, for joining us tonight and for sharing your experience.
We have had so much fun with you all tonight, and we are so appreciative of now more than 155 donations that have come in.
We are also grateful for everyone sharing the fun they've been having at home online. We've been loving the pictures of the Play-Doh and the light-up drinks and just seeing all your smiling faces at #MTCAfterDark. Thank you to all of our sponsors and ticket buyers for your support. Thanks to you, generations of young people have had the opportunity to enjoy the magic of live theater and to have real issues that matter to them reflected and revealed on the stage.
It's because of you that generations of young people to come will continue to use live theater as a tool to develop empathy and to learn to succeed.
There's still time to give on our donation and auction platform.
Thank you, Julia, Joe, our council of guests, and everyone at home for such a wonderful evening. Unicorn, welcome back.
I had to find out how much all those generous people have shared with Metro Theater Company tonight.
You read my mind. Joe, Julia, what's the current tally?
Let's see. It looks like between gifts that were made live tonight and ticket sales and sponsorships before the event began, we've already made it to $83,682.
Wow, that's so much money! Like I always say, believe in the impossible!
Thank you all at home, for making this possible.
Oh, but wait. Our program tonight is coming to a close, but we can continue the celebration online. Metro Theater Company has always made the impossible possible.
So let's do 6 more impossible things
together.
They said that a dance party would be impossible during a virtual gala, but let's prove them wrong. There's a special playlist just for you to have your very own dance party at home. But Unicorn, can you help? Amazing! Thanks to Unicorn's magic, the playlist has just appeared on our Facebook page. It's also available on the event page if you scroll down. And remember to use #MTCAfterDark if you get any photos of your own personal dance party.
I suppose the only thing left to do now is smile, throw our heads back and say, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and good night. Get this dance party started, Unicorn.